This is RGBA, colorful tech news and reviews. My name is Alexandre Valliere-Lagacé, and I'm joined by my co-host, Tade Renard. So for the first little bit of follow-up, last week we discussed Fire Emblem, which is the latest Nintendo iOS game release. It was released to the world on iOS, and I think Android a bit before that. And they finally published, not Nintendo directly, but a app analytic firm called Sensor Tower. They released a little graph of how much money they made their first day. So by comparison to the other games, we can know if this latest iOS venture of Nintendo is worthwhile or not. So by comparison, Clash Royale made 1.4 million the first day, and Super Mario Run made 8.4 million, and Pokemon Go made 10.2 million, and Fire Emblem 2.9 million. So it's not as big a deal as Mario or Pokemon, but it's still quite nice. $3 million in the first day, and I'm not even sure. I don't even know if there's like a lot of in-app purchases and stuff like that. So perhaps there's a way for Nintendo to get more money later on. So we'll have to see. But $3 million for 24 hours, it's pretty nice.
Because it doesn't come with a big name like Mario or Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. You have to know the franchise, and it's one of the latest franchises. It's not a very old. So you don't have like a cult following like Mario or Zelda or something like that. So it makes sense that it made less money, but still the crowd that really loves these type of strategy game, they are really on board whatever comes out with the Fire Emblem title. So, and a couple of weeks ago, we learned that Apple was about to inform developers that they're gonna delete the old apps that were not updated in the App Store. I can know for sure that they started because I got my email yesterday. So for my ConsumNet app, which is an app that helps you make sure you don't go overboard on your internet data plan at home, it's been updated last time, I think it was in 2013. And since then, I did not push any updates. And I got an email saying that my app is either not working, does not respect the recent guidelines, or is simply too old. So I think it's a letter. So basically, I got the 30 days to update it, or else it's going to be pulled from the store.
All you have to do is ship a 64-bit.
Yeah, but You know how I am. Whenever I touch something like that, I want to redo everything. So yeah, no, I'm probably gonna try to like recompile it in a recent project and hope it works. I tried it once a couple weeks ago, and I had to do some work on it. So I'll have to check if that's more work to make this project work now, or start from scratch and just redo the whole app. Because I did already like a static version of the app. So it's not as if it's too much work for me. Maybe 10 hours of work or something, and I should be able to push a new version.
Cool.
Yeah.
So a couple of weeks ago, somebody called Stephen Hackett. He talks on a lot of podcasts. He records a lot of podcasts. He hosts a lot of podcasts, and he's the co-founder of RGBAfm. He also writes on 512 Pixel, and he is a big fan of Mac, and he collects Mac. He's like the Mac museum at his house. And he done very, very interesting and meaningful research. He bought the 12 South candle and bought a new Touch Bar Mac to compare if they smelled the same.
Yeah, because he had the candle, so he had to buy a Mac. You know?
Right.
That's how it works. That's how things work. You know, you get a $15 candle, and you need to purchase a $2,000 computer.
I'll go get myself. Okay, I just ordered myself a candle. There it goes. Just ordered myself a Mac.
See, that's how life goes.
Yeah. So he has a nice little video. We'll link it in the show notes. And basically, it doesn't smell the same. And I think The Verge this week posted a follow-up. That's what you were referring to.
Yeah, they posted a little Twitter video of the candle being with the label hidden, and they passed it around to the different employees and asked them, what do you think it smells? Some say citrus, some say cinnamon, some say herbs, whatever. And then when they realized that they were told that it's a new Mac smell, they try a new Mac to smell it, and they say no, it smells nothing like a new Mac, so it makes no sense.
Stephen Hackett's video is like way better because first of all, he has a touch bar Mac and not this old MacBook Air.
Yeah, that's the thing. They take a MacBook Air and smell it. It's probably not out of the box like from the same few minutes ago. It's probably from a couple of years, so it might smell the
It smells like old Mac, not new Mac.
Exactly, not the same candle. Next year, next year's candle model. I'm pretty sure Steven will buy quite a big box of old Mac smelling candles.
Yeah, because I think he has a good inventory to do his tests with.
Yeah, he'll be able to do samples. Is it more like an 80s candles smell Mac or 90s or 2000s?
You can see it in his video too. He has it on display on this rack, all the old Macs that he's collected over the years.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, everything he has. I think even one of your friends recently bought an iMac G4.
Right, yeah.
And I'm pretty jealous.
I think he said he bought it on, he saw it on like this local listings here in Montreal at 2 a.m, and he just emailed the guy and he went and get it the next morning.
Yeah, but it's the one with the swivel screen on the
Pixar.
The Pixar one, yeah, kind of, yeah. So it's the one. I think it's the first Mac I really love to design. So it's kind of like one thing that I'm going to get eventually, if I ever finish my office and have a place to put it. Because right now it will probably just be on the ground. So yeah, pretty nice Mac. And it's not that expensive. I think I saw more on the listings for $125. So and they are working. So
you can get them for $100. I wouldn't even care if it works. I just want it as a paperweight.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a big paperweight that collects a lot of dust, so.
Exactly. So moving on to a bunch of iPhone related news. The matte black iPhone 7 is having a bit of a problem nowadays. Users are complaining that the matte black paint on it is chipping. So be it on the back, on the sides, near the buttons. There's a bunch of photos on rumours of people with little chipped paint on their iPhone.
It's Chipgate.
Yeah, Chipgate all over again.
Here it comes.
What was the last one that had a problem? iPhone 5, I think?
The 5, yeah.
Yeah, the 5. So all over again, we're going to have complaints about that. How about your iPhone 7 jet black? Is it still pristine?
I don't know. I don't look at it.
You don't want to look for scratch?
Nope.
Well, I did, and there's lots of them. So, yep, that's life.
I don't care. It feels so nice.
Yeah, it feels very nice. And especially that the grip is great, but even if there's scratches, it's not like the paint is coming out. It's just like surface scratch. So yeah, I don't care.
I don't feel my scratches either.
It's just like the old iPhone 2G and the Apple Big Book. It's going to be eventually pretty scratched and pretty roughed, but it just shows its age, and it's like an old beat up motorcycle or something. So.
It's patina.
Patina? That's what they say?
Yeah, that's what they call it. Patina.
Jeez.
It's like old cars. So they have patina there when the paint is all like rusting off and all that.
Okay. So the iPhone 8 now, there's a bunch of rumors going around this week. So let's just make a little quick recap. The first one that's pretty interesting is the iris scanner that is supposedly coming in the next iPhone 8. So basically, I guess you just raise the phone, it wakes up like it does right now, and it's going to scan you for your retinas and make sure that you are you and not somebody else. So it's interesting. It's I'm not sure if it's faster than the Touch ID, because Touch ID is pretty fast right now. And you can also already have your finger on the button while raising the phone, and it'll get unlocked. So
what happens if you wear sunglasses? If you're Casey Neistat, you can't use the iPhone 8.
Nope. If you're Casey Neistat, you cannot. So you have to remove the glasses.
No. I guess it'd be just an add-on, and Touch ID would still be theirs anyway.
Yeah, most probably. The only bad part about all this, like biometrics, is if ever there is a way to circumvent these technologies, well, you're pretty screwed, because it's not like a password which you can change. You cannot change your eyes or your fingerprints, so you're pretty stuck with those. So hopefully that will not be a big problem.
Yeah, it's the same problem for the face print thing. Not face print, face ID.
What is that, Face ID?
That's how they call it. You know, like it wouldn't scan only your retinas, but just the overall shape of your face.
Okay, like that Windows Hello feature thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's similar technology now. They say that for Windows they kind of scan for ridges also on your face, so that they can like have a sense of depth and everything. So it's probably better than just like showing your friend's photo and unlocking his computer. But yeah, like we've seen with the Touch ID when it came out for the first version, there were people that were able to falsify prints taken off a glass surface and replicate those using some pretty advanced and I would say Hollywood style special effects just to replicate the fingerprint and then unlock a phone. So it's never 100% sure, but it's always a matter of, depending on who you are, if you're so important or so secretive that like this people who stole your phone who want to do that, then you probably shouldn't use that feature. But for the rest of us, it's probably way secure than anything else we can have at the moment.
The next iPhone 8 rumor is wireless charging. So first of all, it's featuring the new, well, not the new because it's not even released yet, but the edge-to-edge glass that everybody's been talking about. And like this design mock-up has Touch ID on the left like that. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's just a concept design from a UX UI designer,
but it's
called
weird.
Moslaw. Yeah, I don't like it. The wireless charging, it's always like funny. It's like the hoverboards. They're not actually hovering; they're just rolling around. Yeah. And this wireless charging, it's not really wireless. It's like contact charging. So unless we get into the game where if you are, let's say, less than 3 feet from a charger and your phone charges in that region, then that is wireless because there's no wired. But if it's like the Qi charger for an Android device and other devices, it's just a pad where you put your phone on and leave it there. So it's not wireless, it's just contact. So we'll have to see. I know Apple purchased a company in relation to that really real wireless charging a couple of months or a year ago. So there might be something there, but already I think it's still too soon to get something that makes sense in that technology. Unless the company was super advanced, and that's why Apple bought them. They were maybe close to putting something on the market, and what better device than the iPhone 8 to put it in?
And also, who decided that it's going to be called the iPhone 8?
I don't know.
Like the name is the most secret thing usually. Nobody knows the name.
Yeah, we can always guess that it's 7, 7S, and 8, but in this case, maybe they're already working on because I'm guessing for the 7S, since it comes out like in 8 months, they probably have the specs already defined, and it's just a matter of making sure that the design works and the hardware works and everything works fine. So they're probably already planning the next one. So they probably had their bucket list of features, and they're just saying that, okay, so up to this line, it goes in the iPhone 7S, and whatever is after goes in the 8. And somebody probably leaked that and said, oh, you know what? They're actually working on that for the iPhone 8. So that's going to be awesome. So it's probably what's happening.
We shall see.
Oh, yes, we will. And also something else about the iPhone again. The 2017 model, so the iPhone 7S, supposedly, should cost more than $1,000. And that's coming from a Fast Company report. So that would be $1,000 US. So probably 1.6 million Canadian. So, so yeah, it's already expensive to get like a decent size iPhone. And now if everything goes up like by $300 or $400, that will be pretty hard to get for most of the people. I think there's like a psychological barrier when you cross the $1,000 threshold. I know I did because of the taxes and everything, and because I wanted the Plus model. But the iPhone 7s base model, if it's close to like $900, unless they're subsidized or something, or they plan out maybe, I don't know, like the new installment plan in Canada, it will not be as popular for sure. I know in the States you can just get on the program and switch every year, no questions asked, and just pay per month. But in Canada, we cannot do that yet. So it means that you have to either get it subsidized from your provider or actually buy it full price like I did.
Just
so yeah,
bite the bullet and pay $1,200.
Yeah, but let's say $12.99 plus tax, that'll be $1,500. It's like the price of a MacBook Pro base model from like a couple years ago.
If I'd be fast in math, I can do like a little. If it's $1,000 in the US, how much would it be here?
I said 1.6 million.
Okay, okay. Question,
it's $1,300. So $1,300 just for the base model, no taxes. So plus 15% tax, you can get easily to $1,500. So that is the price of a MacBook. Isn't there like a 13-inch still on sale from last year? That is like $15,000.
15,000 for an old one.
$1,500.
Right, because there's $699. An iPhone, base iPhone 7, 64 or 32 gigs is $699 in the United States right now.
Okay.
Our base one is $899.
Yeah, in Canada, the 13-inch like previous year models still on sale is $1,549. So if that rumor is true, then next year's iPhone will be as expensive as a 13-inch MacBook Pro. And we do change our phones more often than our computers, so that's even more expensive on the grand scheme of things. So that is not fun. I don't like this rumor. I prefer the wireless charging, even if it's not wireless.
I'll take the retina scanner thing.
Yeah, why not? Anything goes, but not the price. Talking about the price and availability, the 12.9-inch iPad Pro is now in short supply. The ships into time frame is now growing. It's getting 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 weeks, and not years. It's the same thing at Apple. It's the same thing at other stores like Best Buy. And some stores even say that it's not even available for pickup. So what do you think that means?
People are going to wait a long time to receive their iPad Pro?
Yeah, a couple of years. No, it's probably because there's new Macs on the horizon.
Right. Not new Macs, new iPads.
Well, I'm so tired this morning. Well, okay, yes, new iPad Pro probably coming up in next month in March.
But I know. Never mind. I was gonna say they should tell people like wait, but they can't do that.
I know they can't do that because they're gonna lose sales.
I know.
They prefer you buy a Mac now and then a couple weeks or a month or two later, you regret your purchase, then you sell it used, and then you buy a new one. So in the end, they probably sell a lot more units like that.
Right, but you said Mac again. Yeah, I know you meant iPad.
Jeez, for me, an iPad Pro is like a Mac. It's a big machine, and it's super powerful, and it allows you to work a lot. All right, so moving on to the Apple TV this time. Apple hired the Amazon Fire TV head of business, I guess, or whatever. Basically, Timothy D. Twerdall. He was the general manager and director of the Fire TV business. So basically, Apple hired somebody who kickstarted the business at Amazon of all their TV device for the Apple TV, of course. And he's going to be the VP in charge of product marketing at Apple TV division. So that's a good news. Probably movement going around in this place.
Fire TV is like the little USB stick that you put on the side of your TV to get Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of little different models. There was a stick, there was a box at one time, and I think for the Amazon phones, there was an app also that could do the same thing.
But there's even a gaming edition with a remote control.
Yeah, like the Apple TV, so you can play games. Yeah, but it's a good thing that we keep on hearing that Apple is not able to tackle everything at once, that they are low on resources, and that hiring is tough to get some people up to speed on the company values and company way of working. So everything Apple related was under ADQ, I think, and now if this division has somebody who has experience, who has knowledge, and can let the other execs focus on getting content deals and stuff like that, then the device itself can probably grow a lot faster than if the same person does everything.
Personally, I don't want an upgrade to the physical Apple TV. I think it's fine. Even the remote, I don't care. I think it's fine. It's more of the OS, or not even the OS, like the specific apps. Like I'm looking at YouTube. the app is horrible.
Oh yeah.
I know a lot of people don't pay attention to the Apple TV, and maybe that's why that's why like the apps don't get attention, because it's not worth it. But can you do it for me, please?
I'm not sure how it works. Yeah, but see, I don't care that much about YouTube because I don't watch it too much on my TV. It's mostly like an infused box in my house, basically. And I would probably prefer to get 4K and HDR in that little box than anything else. I know not everybody has a 4K TV, so the market for that will probably be smaller. And they might just came up with like an Apple TV Pro, whatever, and you get those features there and you pay double the price. But yeah, for anything else, the Apple TV is a very nice device. I think they just need to sell it more. Probably that's why he's head of marketing, the new guy, and he probably will help and to, I don't know, make deals with movies and TV shows and have them use their Apple TV or whatever. So people can know about it, can see it often, and when they think of purchasing a smart box for the TV, they will have the idea in their head that it's an Apple TV that they need to get.
And also what I like of the Apple TV is the Bell Media app. Well, Bell TV app, I mean. It's really nice.
I don't like it. It doesn't work from my house anymore, so I don't like it.
Right, so it's no good. But anyways, you only use it for testing purposes.
Exactly, for research.
Right, research. Research. You know what you have to do? You just have to get Bell fiber internet, and it's going to work after that.
Yeah, no, I don't watch TV, live TV, so.
No, me neither, but the wife does.
Why'd you have it?
So then, news is coming, update is coming to the Mac. So the famous KB Lake, the next generation Intel chips. I think this is the TikTok thing one we talked about.
Yeah, TikTok. I'm so lost in the talks.
That's one. So they're supposed to be just normal touch bar Macs that are going to be updated with the new internals. And I'm guessing we'll see these at the same time, either WWDC or at the same time as the Macs are just going to slide them in. Like, oh, by the way, update to the new Mac. I don't think it's anything to note, really. It's just, it's going to be faster and it's going to take less resource. And that's it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the first MacBook Pros to reach 4 gigahertz in turbo boost mode.
Turbo mode.
Yeah, turbo boost mode.
There used to be buttons on old PCs for that. I miss those.
Yeah, I know. I miss those too. It was fun. Did you ever turn it off?
No, why?
No, I don't mean either, but I don't know. What was it there?
So it was just turbo.
Okay. But it's always on, so it's not a turbo, it's just the usual speed.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Something that came up also this week that I forgot to put in the show notes is Apple stopped referencing the MacBook Pro generations as mid, early, or late. In some documentation, the MacBook Pro with Touch Bar is just referenced as the MacBook Pro 2016. So are we going to see a big revision per year and not more than one model per year? That could make sense. It's better than once every 3 years. So
I almost impulse bought one of these this week.
Yeah, I know. I talked you out of it.
But now everything is okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Phew. Because you have one. No. Yeah. So this news comes from a bunch of resources in the latest beta of macOS Sierra, where there are references to those Kaby Lake equipped Mac. So that would be basically there's a bunch of CPU listed there. So it's probably all the models that Apple is testing, I guess. Not necessarily everything that's going to be released, because I think there's like 3 or 4 CPUs per model, so they're not all going to be listed necessarily on the future models. But this opens the door for a 2017 MacBook Pro models with new CPUs and probably 32 gigs of RAM. That's at least what our favorite analyst, Min Chi Kuo from KGI Securities, says.
And it's not even, they didn't even get like the serial number of the, or product number of the CPU. They got the product number of the Mac, and they're just speculating that these are the Macs with the updated CPU.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when people see stuff on Geekbench before they're supposed to.
Yeah, of course they're going to try it, because that, even for the engineers at Apple, this is just a standardized way, if you want, of testing their hardware, and you cannot take this into account as this is a confirmation that the new Macs are coming. It's just that somebody at Apple probably did this, and they should have not pressed that upload button, and they did. So a couple of weeks ago, there were people saying that their new LG ultrafine 5K and 4K displays were actually flickering and eventually turning off completely, or even crashing their computers. So people were wondering what was happening with that, and it happens that the LG 5K and 4K screens do not have enough shielding. So if you are closer to your router than, I guess, some people might say, a normal distance, so basically if you're under like 7 or 8 feet from your router, the interference from the Wi-Fi is affecting the computer, the screen, and can either show you like white, snowy like pixels, or actually closing down the screen completely. So basically people complain at LG. LG says that it's a shielding issue, that they're going to fix it up. So you send them your screen and you get it back a couple weeks later and it's fixed. And every screen that is manufactured since early February will already be fixed. And Apple is even holding off on selling those as much as they can, so that they can let LG fix their problems.
Or you can just wrap your screen in tinfoil.
Sure, why not? Tinfoil hat for the screens.
It also works.
Yeah, with a big forehead like that, there's place.
Yeah. And also, nobody uses routers with computers, so everybody should be fine.
Exactly.
They don't go together at all.
Nope.
So I don't know why people are putting them next to each other. It's just stupid.
Do you think that Apple will come back with new screens eventually, or it's a done business?
Who said... just imagine this super nice new spaceship campus, the big wall-to-wall glass, all the nice design inside, and then a bunch of Dell or LG monitors in black plastic.
Yep. I think that was John Siracusa. But yeah, I don't see that either. Just, have we seen like SketchUps or mock-ups of whatever the interior will be of that new building?
I think so.
Yeah,
okay, I think we saw like maybe way back initial plans or something.
No. Oh yeah, when they proposed it to the city hall or something.
Yeah, and they were talking about the floors there coming next to a wall. They'd come up a bit there. They'd like raise. They'd be like in a curve. You don't remember that? Yeah,
I remember. Slightly.
I think that was part
like
of
you said,
the internal design plan proposal city thing.
Yeah, take any modern office, which is usually like lots of white, lots of glass and stuff like that, and add like just big chunky black monitors, and then you get yourself like a Dell setup for everyone. And in this case, the monitors are even bigger and quite bulky, because Dell tries over the last couple of years to slim down their displays. But in this case, those 4K and 5Ks are quite big. So yeah, like you said, imagine like a whole floor that is like donut size.
Donut size.
Donut shape. Yeah, so
Okay.
circular.
Like
okay.
a donut. Are you hungry?
No, I just ate some pancakes, so I should be fine. But yeah, I'm a bit tired. Yeah, so like you said, imagine like a big floor with lots of nice computers and like a nice top floor to ceiling windows and a bunch of black stuff on each desk. As the rest is all like metallic or aluminum or brushed or glass. It doesn't make sense. So even if you go to the Apple Store and you look at like everything presented to you, if you do like a panoramic view of the store, everything is like wooden, white. There's lots of colors on the walls. There's a bunch of Beats headphones in colors. And then at the far side, there's all the cases that are colorful. But there's only one big black thing, and it's usually the big TVs onto which they plug the Apple TVs. But now they also have those big screens with the, I don't know, what's that little thing? It's like a garbage can or something right next to it. So yeah, that's all you have, and it's like an eyesore. So I'm really hoping that Apple comes up with new screens this year. Hopefully they were just late to the game, but they can probably take the same panels from the 4K and 5K display and make something that's like 10 times better, 10 times prettier and usable.
And 10 times more expensive.
They're not cheap right now, those 5K and 4K, so...
They're in plastic. Imagine if they're made out of aluminum.
Yeah, aluminum. Yeah. Let's cross our fingers that's not the case.
I want them to make a new screen, but I also want to win the lottery. So then I can buy the screen and all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. Do you think the price will rise after March 31st? Because they already pushed the limit once.
Yeah, right. It was supposed to be like a end of year 2016.
Yeah, December 31st, and then they pushed it to March 31st.
Yeah, that's not gonna be nice when everything is gonna go up in price. That's not a nice thing to do.
They should just like leave it like that.
Yeah, just
and say that's a new price. Don't talk about it. Just say nothing.
Don't tell anybody. Just leave it like that.
Yeah, that would be the best thing to do. So Montreal, our good old city Montreal, is seeing its future with smart sensors, AI, and lots of stuff. So for those of you who follows the AI scene, you know that there's lots of investment going on in different universities here with AI research and AI grants. And Montreal even has like a planning of how to get to a fully smart city. And they discussed this recently. And basically they're going to put sensors everywhere. They're going to have AI everywhere. And the city will be better, I guess. If they could just like put like smart street lights and let us pass when there's no other cars, that would just be so much fun. Just that. I don't ask for more. Moving up to the app corner. This week we don't have many apps to talk. Only one thing. Apple released the $200 Pro app bundle for education customers. So basically Logic, Final Cut, Compressor, Motion, Mainstage, all of those apps that are usually $200 to $300 each now come in a bundle. So, which is I think up to $629 usually, but you get everything for $200. So that's a big plus for education, and to get those students hooked on these tools right now and start using the same tools as the industry is using for making their professional stuff. So that's pretty good. And that was last week. And this week it was announced that it came out in Canada also. So for $259 you get the same thing. So that's a pretty nice deal.
Yeah, considering Logic is $279, and then I think Final Cut is like $329. No, $399. It's $400.
$400, yeah. So in Canada, it's probably like more like $800, I guess, for everything.
Right.
So you get it for $259. So that's pretty nice.
Are you still a student?
Nope. That's
sure?
the bad part. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I should be a student. I
Don't
should go
worry,
back to school.
After 15 years, I'm probably not a student anymore.
Schools are cheaper in Quebec, so I'll just go to school for a year to get Final Cut and Logic for
Not even
on
for a
discount.
year. You just subscribe and then you cancel in the first couple days.
Right, I think I
But you
probably get it
will
back, get my money back.
Yeah, exactly. See, business plan. So for Review Corner this week, I got my hands on a cool little accessory. It's called the MagicBridge. It's a Magic Trackpad 2 and Magic Keyboard prop, if you want. I don't know what you call it, holder. You basically snap in your keyboard and your Magic Trackpad in it, and you can basically have the two things like stick together. I don't know if you've already used the Magic keyboard and trackpad, but basically one thing that I have in terms of problem is that it always moves around. Not a lot, just enough to change the angle, so it kind of rotates, and that always breaks the way you can use a trackpad because you're trying to point at one place and then the cursor goes somewhere else. So this little MagicBridge is fixing this problem. So basically what it is, it's a plastic thing with two holes on the underside and little rubber feet. So basically you snap in your keyboard first and there's a little slider there. So you can slide your keyboard from left to right. So if you're a lefty or righty, you can just swipe it. And then you snap in the Magic Trackpad and you get everything in one little nice package. All white plastic, of course. And you have space on the back for the power button and the lightning cable. So they can still be there and they can still be used for charging your devices. One thing that
Does it raise the height of the overall thing?
Barely. It does by a couple of millimeters. But the cool thing is that the trackpad is exactly to the height of the aluminum on the Magic Keyboard. So it really is like precision molding. So it's very, very tightly designed and everything fits perfectly. And I was afraid that it would be hard to take those apart. And no, it's very simple. There's a hole in the bottom. That's why it's for.
You can just
you just push thing. Yeah, you just pop it up and it comes up very easily. Inside the plastic MagicBridge, there's also a bunch of little padding. So there's little rubber pads, so you don't scratch your devices.
Is I guess the white color matches the white of the trackpad and the white of the keys.
Oh, it's actually whiter than the keys. Or is my MacBook keyboard maybe older and not as white as when it came out? But basically, it's not the same white. It's a bit whiter, so it's clean. It's shiny metal, shiny plastic, very slick. So, and there's only one thing written. It's the name of the product on the top side, so you don't see it when you work on it, and it's non-obtrusive.
Is it hard or soft plastic, like rubber? Or
hard plastic. Hard plastic.
Hard plastic.
And also the slider inside, it's kind of a gray, but you don't sit once you place your keyboard inside. But yeah, it's also hard plastic, gray plastic.
And it's from the same company that makes the candle, so you can buy both at the same time.
Yeah, you can get a new Mac, a new set, a new MagicBridge, and a new candle.
Yeah, combined shipping.
Not sure for the Mac, but yeah.
No, not for the Mac. The Mac comes from Apple.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get it for $34.99 in the US. You can get it shipped here also in Canada, not a problem. Just do your tax conversion, your currency conversion. Yeah, and it works fine for lefties and righties, so that's perfect. Yeah, it's a very simple, well thought of accessory. If you have both devices, then it's just perfect for you. If you don't and you plan to purchase those, still good. It's gonna fit. It takes the least amount of space on your desk, and you can position it properly.
Makes
and
it
the
nice
little
and
rubber
tidy.
pads. Yeah, and the rubber pads are also pretty, not sticky, but they hold in place. So
Grippy.
That's better. Grippy, yeah. So that's it for this week. This was RGBA number 29. You can find the show notes at rgba.fm/39. You can follow us on Twitter at _RGBAfm. And I'm on Twitter at VALLIERES.
I'm at Tyler Menard, TYLERMENARD.
So have a nice week.
Have a nice week.